It is a very common story that a guy will start in pick up the game, day game, night game, whatever you want to call it. And he won't get results and he'll give up, essentially. And so I want to talk in today's video just a little bit about why that happens and essentially how you can get good at game and how you can get good at game pretty fast. You have to understand that a lot of your struggle is actually coming from just so many limiting beliefs that you've had over the years where you just really believe that you ain't shit, right? That's where so much of it comes from is a massive lack of self-belief. But I'm going to cover some tactics. I'm going to cover some mindsets here, and we're going to talk about how to get good fast. So let's jump into it. Now, before we begin, I'm not going to rant about this too much, but today is the final day to get the Holy Grail Pickup Collection. It's the final day that this will be available for you for the Black Friday sale. So you get my day game course, my night game course, online game decoded, dating PhD, literally everything you could ever desire, any sort of resource that you could ever need to get good at pickup, day game, night game, all of it is all bundled together for you. So you can click down below and get that. If you check back tonight at midnight, you will see that the price has gone back to normal, which is like $1,000. So jump on that immediately. Now, here's what I want to start this video by saying. Number one, you guys know that I say this thing where I talk about how 5 approaches is the same as 0 approaches. And I want to explain what I mean by that, because I had to go on this rant to a mentorship student of mine just last night, actually. And people think that I'm just on some David Goggins sort of like, gotta go hard, you gotta do more, you gotta really get in the volume, Gary V, reps, and it's not that, dude. It's not that. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. Now, obviously, if I go, hey, make 10 basketballs in, you get $1 million, and I give you 100 basketballs instead of 50, you're more likely to, make the, obviously volume has something to do with it. But here's the deal, okay? When I go out, like, bro, I'm like mentally ill, okay? I have days where I'm like fucked up in the head. Okay, I'm just like, I don't want to talk to people. I'm angry about stuff. In the past, many years ago, I would get, bad approach anxiety, things like that. I don't really have that anymore. And so when I go out, my first approach might not be great. All right, this is for day game or night game. It might not be great. And so your first approach might just be you shaking off the crippling anxiety that you have about needing to approach in the first place. That might be approach number 1 for you. All right. Now, approach number 2 for you, I got to move this light. We're going to keep this going, but I got to move this light because I didn't want the shadow on me. And now I've got it just beaming into my face. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, that looks better anyway. So approach number 1 might just be shaking off crippling anxiety. And then approach number 2 might be that your anxiety has gone down by 20%, but you're still shaking it off. And then maybe it's down by 50%. And then maybe it's down by 70%. And by approach number 5, maybe you're actually a little bit more yourself. Okay? And anxiety, baselines of anxiety, you know somebody out there. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, where they just don't have anxiety. End of story. They're just like normal. They're just super chill, normal people. They don't have anxiety, okay? So your baseline for anxiety might be 100 and his might be fucking 20 or something. So we're all different and it might take different things. There are people out there, I do truly believe, something happened in the womb, I don't know, whatever. There's people out there that like almost cannot survive without anxiety medication. So they're at like the highest level, right? So, bro, when you are talking to me about how you did 2 approaches on Thursday, you did 2 approaches on Saturday, you did 1 day game approach, I'm like, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you are wasting your time. It is a complete waste of time. And so people also will talk to me about consistency and they'll go, yeah, I'm trying to do like an approach a day. And I go, like it's a cool idea, but I'd rather you do 3 different days of doing 10 approaches, truly. And I think that's actually going to get you better results. I really do, because imagine if every single time, like Like, what if you can't even run good game until you've done 7 approaches? Maybe that's your baseline of anxiety. Maybe that's your baseline of social momentum, is like you have to ramp up, right? There's some people, I'm kind of one of these people now because I'm obsessed with peptides. I'm obsessed with sleep. I'm obsessed with like optimizing my hormones in my body. So I'm somebody now that kind of lives on. I'm kind of ready at all times for anything. But I definitely haven't always been this way. And not even that long ago, I wasn't this way. So there's people that live on. But then there's people, maybe you, that need to build social momentum every single time that you go out, okay? So number one is like, you're probably just not doing enough volume per session. And you gotta do that, okay? That's number one. Now, number two, and I guess this kind of comes before number one, but also like just during game in general, you guys gotta be dressing well, okay? You've gotta start dressing better. So many of you guys, I think like, for me, I struggled with fashion for so long because I was so fat. So no clothes looked good on me. So like, why would I care? Oh, this guy in my school is wearing the coolest outfit. I put on the same outfit. It looks like shit because I'm fat. So I didn't know anything about fashion. And then even when I lost the weight, it took me a very long time to get into fashion. But bro, you would just be blown away. You can go to the Aaron Alexander channel, type in Aaron Alexander dating, and I do a fashion video on there. Very, very good fashion video. But you'd just be blown away how like just an hour of research, go watch that video, and then like an hour of research and then under $100 at different thrift stores, the higher quality thrift stores, the Goodwill, whatever. Like, bro, you need to be wearing a watch. Okay. You got to have clear skin. You can wear some, tinted sunscreen, you should be wearing some SPF sunscreen every day anyways. I think I use CeraVe. I believe it's a CeraVe mineral based tinted sunscreen. So my skin's always looking fresh. I do other things for the skin, but you've got to be fashion maxing. You've got to be looks maxing. And a lot of you guys are still under some illusion that like your game is all that you're ever going to need. And it's just not the case, right? It's just absolutely not the case. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny at all that my results and the ease that I have with women has drastically improved with a higher quality woman. Like, it's actually pretty insane. Like, I get, really for the first time in my life, because I've been like looks maxing pretty hard, I get like IOIs and shit, bro. Like, I get like IOIs. I get girls looking at me at the grocery store. I get girls, like, I'll be out with a chick, and I'll get girls like fucking staring over at me like they want to take me from my chick, like, because I'm a Chad now. So, you want to become a Chad, obviously. Now, those are the first two things. And I will just say, last thing I want to say real quick, for most of you, getting lean, being a bit more tan, and upgrading your fashion, like, world of difference. Are you going to become Giga Chad from that? Probably not, okay? But world of difference by getting a little bit of tan, getting lean, and wearing better clothes. End of fucking story, all right? And some accessories. Now, number three, when you are actually approaching, okay? So, like, the approach itself. You guys can't leave all of these long pauses. This is so common. And I don't know, like, some of it is that you guys are running out of things to say. Some of it is that you're just, the awkwardness starts to get to you, which again will be solved by momentum and repetition. And then, like, you guys will leave these long pauses that make the beginnings of your interactions actually very awkward. You're off to a bad start. You really cannot leave these long pauses. Now, everybody wants the stoic, like, I guess you guys want, I don't even want to get into all this, man. I just see, like, I've seen over the years different like dating coaches and shit just talk the just dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's for separate videos, but like this idea that women are going to invest a bunch when you first approach her. Bro, I want women investing when I'm dating them. I want women investing after our first date, especially. I want women investing, like, I want her to want to see me after we've slept together and these different things. But bro, you're going to go up to a baddie at Target and you think that like she's going to invest in you for some reason. Like, what reason does she have to invest in you? It's just like, doesn't even make sense. So they're not going to invest that much. If they do, it's great. But you guys are like so dependent upon doing an approach and having the girl be like, oh, thank you so much for approaching me. No. And the running out of things to say shit, get the courses for one. Absolutely get the Holy Grail and you'll never run out of things to say again. I have a whole course on basically how to never run out of things to say in there. And then, but on top of that, like watch my other infields, write things down, have lines in your head, okay? Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling, forget them. The Stranger Things kids, it doesn't matter who the actor is, okay? They're not on stage running out of things to say. Why? Because they practiced their lines, dude. Because they have lines that they literally rehearsed. And so many of you guys are not good at fucking improvising and coming up with cool, witty shit, but yet you don't study lines. And it will actually blow my mind. It does, the lack, like the things people are not willing to do that are very easy. You know, I've talked to people before. They go, I know you told me I should be like writing down lines. Oh, and you're not? And so what? You're just going out and completely wasting your time? Like, what the fuck? So you should not be running out of things to say because you can practice lines. You can write down 5 things that you hear from me in infields, and then you can just bang, 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 bang. Hit those lines in those interactions. And all of a sudden, you've just created a great first impression where this girl now looks at you and goes, yeah, you know what? That guy was actually very easy to talk to. I actually really enjoyed the way that he came up to me like that. That was good. You know what? I bet he was so easy to talk to and so charismatic and charming that I bet the date's going to be the same way. And she's going to go on the date with you. All right. Now, the next thing I want to cover here is that you guys have this idea that, and it's just been perpetuated by your own mind for so long based on the self-story that you tell yourselves. But I try to say this line a lot, and I really want to drive it home. Game is actually very easy. Like, you guys have this idea that this is going to be so hard. Now, look, am I going to tell you right now that, like, oh, go out this weekend and you're going to hook up with girls that look like Matilda Tanto and Leah Halton and, like, you know, the Summer Rae, the baddest of the bad. You're going to be smashing Alexis Wren this weekend? No. But if you're a guy that has no chicks at all, am I here to tell you that you can absolutely start going on dates with some, like, decent looking girls? And what I also tell you, like, straight up go on some dates with some not so good looking girls, but they're going to be actually like good for your texting practice, for your going on dates practice. They're going to want to actually come over and suck you off. You're going to have something to do on a Wednesday night. Like, bro, it's not that hard to actually work your way up the ladder. And then what you'll find is that your game is actually the best when you already have girls that you're sleeping with, or at least getting domed off by, because you now are truly, you don't have to do little hacks and things of like coming from a place of abundance. Like, you truly now are at a place where like you kind of don't care if you pull tonight. You kind of don't care if this girl texts you back, because like you got a girl on Wednesday you're seeing, you know, a not so good looking one, but then you got a mid chick on Friday that you got a date lined up with. And then every once in a while, like an actually pretty good looking girl will like slip her way into there. But then you realize pretty quickly you can't hold on to her, but then you get more and more comfortable with them. And bro, like you just have to understand, and this is, I think, like the final thing I'll say in this video for now. Obviously this is a very deep topic, but like you have to understand this is not that hard. It's just not. And I also want to say here too, is like, bro, you gotta have engaging conversations. Quick story. I was filming Thrive, my day game program, which is also in the Holy Grail. Phenomenal program. And I tell my camera guy, I go, and I've been on a terror lately. Like, I'm in New York filming it. I've got a whole rotation back home. I day game like crazy. Like the day before, I'd had like day game makeouts, crazy. And I tell my camera guy, I go, bro, like I have to get a poll on camera. This course needs a poll. I have to get a poll. And for the next several hours, dude, I like can't even get a girl to stop and talk to me. It's the worst game I've ever run. Like, this is a completely true story. This isn't for some like philosophical, like, let me drive a point home. This really happened. And I go to my camera guy and I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what am I, like, what's happening here? What's going on? And I go like, I can't do anything. He's like, maybe it's because you're just like so obsessed with getting a poll on camera that you're not even like doing like what you normally do. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. So now I reshift to what I'm going to tell you right now, which is that game is about connection. Okay, you want to have a connection with the woman. Do you want a sexual connection? Of course, especially in night game. But also, those first moments when you approach, do you want to have a friendly connection? Yes. Then do you want to have like a comfortable connection? Yes. You want to really converse. Like truly, game is about having engaging interactions, engaging conversations with women. Get comfortable with sharing yourself. And then, of course, now once I shift back to connection, truly getting to know them, truly sharing more about myself, now boom, all of a sudden, I don't remember if that day I got a poll, but I ended up having like amazing interactions, and I did poll several times on that trip. And so like you have to understand it's just all about conversations, bro. It's about having good conversations. That's why Engage is in the program. That's why Thrive is in the program. Poll is going to be massively helpful for night games. So again, last day to get the Holy Grail pickup collection. Click down below. I hope you guys found this video enjoyable. Talk to you soon.